Welcome back to the End Time Remnant YouTube channel. This is Dorothy, and today is January 30th, 2026. I pray all of you are doing well, and I pray that you are having a beautiful and blessed day thus far. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Earlier this morning, I awoke from a relatively short dream, but I want to share it because I don't believe the warning was just for me during this time. Okay, so a while back I did a video on this topic, but I will be sure to include it in the description box should you care to listen to it again or for the first time. So here goes. Some of us have been in isolation so long that we're anxious to be in a new season, we're anxious to meet new people, we're anxious to experience new things, and we're anxious to share what the Lord is doing in our lives. Okay, but although it may be a new season, God's assignment of stealth has not changed. Of course, take everything back to the Lord in prayer, right? Everyone was not called to move in silence. I get that. Some of you do not feel the need to withhold information because the Lord has not called you to withhold information. But some people absolutely were called to move in stealth, and it's important for you to know what the will of God is for you in this season. So in the dream, I emailed information to someone I know by revelation of the Holy Spirit is a practicing witch. Okay, and so when I say a practicing witch, she currently has a ministry. She is all over YouTube. She has a lot of followers, and it looks like Christian ministry, but the Lord has revealed to me that she is a witch. She is not of Him. Okay, so in the dream, I sent her an email inadvertently. The content of the email was future goals and dates I wanted to accomplish them by. Okay, as I sent the email, I was overcome with dread because I'm feeling like, yo, you were moving too fast. She should not have been the recipient of that information at all. It's like I inadvertently sent her that information. Total mistake because I was moving too fast. Right? I'm thinking to myself, yo, she's a witch. Why would you send her that? Right? So I was frantic about getting the email back, somehow trying to recall the email back. But in the dream, it was too late. She already had all my plans and all the dates attached to those plans. So when I awoke, I actually didn't remember the dream. Right? It was as though the enemy tried his hardest to steal this one from me. But as I sat in bed for a little while, the details were brought back to my memory, and that's how I know it was a warning from the Lord. John 14:26 says, "But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, He will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all things that I said to you." Okay, it is the Holy Spirit's job to help us remember important things that the Lord has communicated that we may have forgotten. That being said, the information began to flood back to me, and I felt led to pay attention to the various details that were being highlighted to me. So I'm going to run that through. Number one, it all happened very fast. Okay, remember that word, fast, fast. I was moving too fast. Right? I knew this person was a witch, but I was moving too fast and ended up sending information that I shouldn't have. So the first thing we want to remember is to just slow down. Think about what we're doing before we do it. Think about what we're saying and communicating before we say it, right? And think long and hard about who you are communicating to. Who do you know this person to be? Is this a safe and trusted person or not? Matter of fact, the only way to know that is to just pray about it and ask the Lord, right? Ask the Holy Spirit to guide your communication right now, because witches are in the midst. Monitoring spirits are in the midst, and some of us are talking too fast. Okay, that's number one. Number two, it wasn't just any information, like the color of the sky or the fact that there's snow on the ground. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't general information. What I accidentally sent to this witch was the kind of detailed information that works wonderfully for witchcraft attacks of setback, hindrance, delay, and failure. I told the witch what I plan to do and the actual dates I plan to complete them by. No better information for a witch assigned to delay your progress to know. You understand what I'm saying? So not only do you need to be careful about what you're sharing, you need to be careful about who you're sharing it with, and really the what. Number two is really the what. Like, it may seem like small time information to you. Holy Spirit, help me to say this right. It may seem like a detail that means nothing, right? Like, it's not a big deal. You know, it's just something I'm working on. You know, it don't seem like, you know, FBI, CIA, top level clearance information. You know, it's all right that I share this with Susie. It's all right that I tell Bobby this. what I'm telling you is it might seem like not nothing all that specific to you, right? Or not anything all that heavy to you. But witchcraft needs information. That's what I'm trying to say. Witchcraft needs information. They need details. And even though it may seem like a small detail to you, a small detail will do when it comes to the kingdom of darkness. Okay, so you have to be careful what you're saying and what you're sharing. And number 3, there was a feeling of dread after I sent it. I'm like a drop in my stomach, like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe I just did that. Like, I can absolutely expect an attack on my progress because I've given the enemy everything he needed to do so. It was like a dang blang, got to be more careful type. You understand what I'm saying? But it's done now, and you can't get it back now. And now I just got to sit here, and wait for whatever the enemy's going to do because I know he's going to use that information. Listen, we don't want that. We're not on that type of time right now, especially for those of us who have already been waiting, right? And so I have no intention of making this video longer than what it needs to be. But I want those of you who may be in a season where the Lord is convicting you of talking too fast or talking too much, my suggestion is that you take heed, right? You don't want an already what felt to be long drawn out season to be long and drawn out any more than what it needs to be. Truth of the matter is, we don't know how the story of Joseph from the book of Genesis would have actually turned out had he never ran his mouth to his brothers. But what we do know is all that he had to endure because he told the wrong people very important information. We do know what he had to go through as a result of talking too much, right? So let's use that as an example. What else do I want to share? Ultimately, church, God's plans are sovereign, right? The truth of the matter is no witch can stop the plans of God from coming forth. But you can rest assured that witchcraft can most definitely frustrate and delay those plans. Okay, so just be easy. Be easy in terms of what you're saying and who you're saying it to. If you all of a sudden have this Jones in your bones to be a chatterbox, listen, just get in the prayer closet and talk to the Lord. You feel me? That's all I have for you on this video. And God willing, I'll see you next time.